Hello, what's up everybody? I'm Michael Lee Jr., aka Rugrad Lover, recording this inside this time. So, I'm here for my Season 2, Week 3, team prep versus the Seattle Singers. The Singers have Blacephalon, enormous special attacker, pretty fast, usually seen with a Scarf or a Specs. I'm praying not Scarf, actually, otherwise, because then I can outspeed it, but we'll see. He has the Suicune, defensive wall, good water type. He has Roserade, decent grass type. I know it gets toxic spikes. I'm expecting probably a leftovers or a black sludge sled if it comes. He has the Fortress, 4 times weak to fire, sets up, can hazard stack. I don't necessarily think Fortress will come. I have ways to kind of reverse stack him, if you will. So if he wants to try that with Fortress. So, I mean, it's something that may threaten him, even if I don't bring it. He has Togetic, especially bulky, fairy and flying type. Doesn't do it a whole lot. Usually just a defogger, heal bell support, that sort of stuff. Yeah, he has the Pillow-Swine. Pillow-Swine picked up 5 kills last week. And basically, it's a mini Mamoswine that'll hold the Eviolite every single week. He has the Megalopony, enormous physical attacker, very, very dangerous with its, with its scrappy ability. Thankfully, I have one of the few checks to Megalopony in the entire draft league in Cresselia. So, about 50-50 on whether or not Megalopony comes. He has the Thunderous Therian, another very fast one. Can set up Nasty Plot, which is incredibly scary. He has the Uxie, a bulkier psychic type, very much like Cresselia. Little worse than Cresselia, doesn't have its own form of recovery. Combine setup is a thing with that it does. Can set up rocks. Doesn't do a ton. Sneasel may come. It's a fast and fairly hard-hitting dark and ice type. Gets the knockoff, gets Icicle Crash, can do all the same things that Weavile does, usually seen with either a Scarf or a Band. There's a couple other things. Those mostly Life Orb, maybe. And last but not least, he has the Ambipom. Ambipom, really fast normal type. Gets Fake Out, Knockoff, that sort of stuff. Otherwise, not really all that threatening. As far as what I think he's bringing the Blacephalon. I think Blacephalon has to come. Suicune, I think, makes a lot of sense. Megalopony and Thunderous Therian, I think, all make a ton of sense. I'd be surprised if the Pillow-Swine didn't come, and after that, I think it's a toss-up between the Roserade, the Fortress, and the Sneasel. Quite honestly, Sneasel doesn't have the greatest matchup, but I can see it coming. I kind of scare Fortress with the fact that I have a very good fire type, number one, and number two, it doesn't appreciate I can reverse stack him with Mega Sableye, so I don't necessarily know if hazards will come. Roserade's kind of interesting. You can set up Toxic Spikes, but I've got Flyers and things that could reverse T-Spikes. So, like I said, I'm expecting Blacephalon, I'm expecting Megalopony, I'm expecting Thunderous Therian. Suicune makes a lot of sense as a bulkier option for him, and then after that, I think Roserade, Fortress, Pillow-Swine, Sneasel, Ambipom makes some sense. The only two that I don't think are coming at all are Togetic and Uxie. Uxie, I've got answers for out the rear end, and then Togetic, I don't think the book Togetic has makes a lot of sense this week, especially with what I have. It is an EVO-Lite user, so maybe it comes. Anyways, moving on to my team, what I'm bringing it. I'm bringing Cresselia again. Luna's coming back, 5 kills, 4th in the league in kills right now, so Calm Mind, Moonlight, Psychic, Shadow Ball holding the leftovers. Fairly standard Cresselia set, what I've basically been using the entire season so far. Calm Mind to set up, Moonlight for recovery, Psychic for stab, and Shadow Ball specifically for the Blacephalon and Uxie if it wants to come. It also hits Fortress better than Psychic does as well. This set is all but stopped by Sneasel, but I would stay in on Sneasel anyways. Megalopony does not appreciate a Psychic even at +2, even at neutral. So that's basic idea here. Cresselia set up, potentially see if I can't find a way to set up Calm Minds. I could be roared out with Suicune, so maybe I don't want to do that, but at the same time, I think it's the best option that I have. I'm bringing Crocodile, Scarf, Moxie, once again. Adamant this time over Jolly. I felt the extra power was worth it. Firefang, Earthquake, Knockoff, and Rock Slide. Firefang's there specifically for the Fortress if it wants to come. Earthquake is there to hit Blacephalon. It hits Roserade harder than anything I have. Knockoff is there for general shenanigans. It's Blacephalon really well. I can knock off the Fortress if it's carrying, depending on what it's carrying. I can knock off the Roserade. I can knock off hell, the EVO-Lites. The only thing that really does take a knockoff fairly well is Megalopony. So there we go. Rock Slide hits the Thunderous Therian the hardest. It also one-shots Blacephalon. Does a decent chunk to Roserade. One-shots Togetic. Does a decent chunk to Piloswine as well. So that's why that's there. Next up, I'm bringing Celesteela. Celesteela coming back. It sat out last week because it didn't have a great matchup. It's back again. Holding the leftovers, Air Slash, Giga Drain, Hidden Power, Ghost, and Autotomize. So, Air Slash hits Roserade, hits Fortress, hits Megalopony, Thunderous Therian. Well, no, not Thunderous Therian. But hits those three really well. Maybe I can do some flinch hacks. Don't know. Giga Drain for general recovery, beyond the leftovers. Actually, it makes a little more sense to run Flamethrower. But it does hit the Suicune really hard, hits the Piloswine better. Empower Ghost is there for the Blacephalon specifically. Although I probably want to switch out. Hits Uxie fairly hard as well. And Autotomize. So if I can get up 2 Autotomizes, I outspeed everything on his team. I can Autotomize fairly freely in front of Uxie. I'd be fairly free to do it in front of Fortress as well, because it'd have to run Hidden Power Fire to really hit me. I can set up in front of Togetic, which would probably force it out. I can set up in front of Piloswine, probably force it out. Can't set up in front of Thunderous and Blacephalon, otherwise I can set up just in front of just about everything on his team, so can't set up a Megalopony because Megalopony I would probably have Thunder Punch as its 4th move, because I'm thinking it would probably I think the Megalopony brings Fake Out, Return or Frustration, um, Return or Frustration, High Jump Kick or Drain Punch, and a coverage move, which I think Thunder Punch makes a lot of sense. The only other move that I could see coming potentially would be Ice Punch, which, maybe, I don't know. So, there we go. I'm bringing Combo with the Focus Sash, Bulletproof, Dragon Dance, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Close Combat. Dragon Claw hits Blacephalon the hardest, hits Thundersterian the hardest. Well, no, it doesn't hit the Blacephalon the hardest. It's there to hit Thundersterian as hard as it possibly can, hit the Ambipom Diesel. The only thing that walls that would be Fortress and Togetic. Earthquake there for the Fortress. For the Blacephalon, I think it hits Roserade the hardest as well. And Close Combat obviously is there for the Sneasel, Megalopony, Piloswine. It may hit Fortress a little harder than Earthquake, give it a stab in base 120. I haven't seen the calcs yet. I haven't run the calcs quite yet. Once again, if I can manage to get up at least, I think, if I can get up for sure if I can get up one Dragon Dance, I outspeed most of his team, barring Scarf Blacephalon or Scarf Thundurus. Otherwise, if I get up two, I outspeed his entire team and can one-shot it with basically at all times. I'm bringing Darmanitan's coming back with Scarf, Earthquake, Brick, Flare Blitz, and U-Turn. So, I kind of want to lead Darm again and just kind of U-Turn out. See what he leads with. U-Turn out, potentially. Earthquake is there specifically for Blacephalon. Also, it's Megalopony a little harder, I do believe. Brick Break, Megalopony, Sneasel. Yeah, there we go. Flare Blitz for general shenanigans. He does not. His water type is Suicune, so he does have a resist. And Piloswine does get Thick Fat, but to be quite honest, Piloswine does not want to take two Flare Blitzes. Suicune can take two, but it may not appreciate taking two. Blacephalon, I think, can take two, but it's not going to appreciate it at all. Fortress, without Sturdy Fortress, will obviously be able to live one. It's not living two. It may set up rocks. If it wants to set up rocks, it wants to set up rocks. Fine. I'll let him set up rocks to get rid of the fortress to keep him from stacking any further. Last mod I'm bringing is Mamoswine with the Assault Vest and Thick Fat to help take on Blacephalon. It also 100% walls Thundurus without barring like a Shadow Ball variant. Earthquake, Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, and Knockoff. Icicle Crash hit Thundersterian, Ice Shard because having priority is nice. Earthquake for ground type stab, and Knockoff to help get rid of items like from the Piloswine, Togetic. Even though I think I probably just want to click Icicle Crash against both of them. Knockoff's there for the general shenanigans. Icicle Crash hits Roserade really well. This set does not like Suicune. In fact, I'm kind of leaving myself a little open to Suicune potential, but at the same time, I've got Cresselia, which is incredibly bulky on its own. So, but anyways, that's the team. That's what I'm bringing. When I'm bringing it, I will catch you guys in the battle. So, I'm Michael A. Jr., aka Blue Red Lover, signing off.